Hello, and welcome to this module on data collection methods. My name is Pete Kate, and I wrote the module. If you know me, or if you know any of my writings, you'll know that I'm particularly interested in things like survey design, in question design. I'm very interested in the respondent experience, what it's actually like to fill in surveys and how that affects data. What you may not know is I'm also a passionate advocate of the need for researchers to have more than just a passing knowledge of all of the methodologies that are available to all of us. If I give you this quote, it'll help you understand why I feel that way. And it's a quote from Abraham Maslow, which is quite apposite really, because he tends to be one of the few psychologists that any market researcher has ever heard of. And his quote is this: "I suppose it is tempting, if the only tool you have is a hammer, to treat everything as if it were a nail." I really love that quote. And I think it encapsulates, in a way, what many of us do in market research. We only have a few methods that our company uses, or we only have a few that we're aware of or know how to do. And that's our hammer. And when a client comes to them with a problem, we try to shoehorn their problem into our solution. We treat their problem as if it were a nail. I wonder sometimes, however, if it's not a little bit caveat emptor. Should a client know what they're getting when they come and speak to me? After all, I work for a company that specialises in online research. I've been specialising in online research for nearly 20 years. If they come to me for a quote, shouldn't they expect that I'm going to offer them an online research solution? Or do I do them a disservice if I am aware that a different methodology would actually give them much better results and suit their need much more? Would it be better for me to tell them about that other methodology, even if it means my business not getting the business this time? Would I be being more honest, more transparent? Would I be a better service supplier? It's worth thinking about. The second quote I like to use in introducing this subject is one from Professor Malhotra, who wrote the textbook that is your suggested reading for this part of the course. His quote is very simple, and it simply states, "No questionnaire administration method is superior in all situations." And that, I think, is something that's well worth remembering, and something that I certainly wish I knew when I first started out in market research. So there you go. Essentially, that's my introduction to this part of the course. I'm not saying you have to be an expert in all of the methods. What I am saying is that you need to be aware of the methods, and you need to be aware of many of the pros and cons that each of them have. If you can do that, then you can consult with your client and consult with them objectively, and you can defend the methods that you put forward. It might help in other ways as well. It may help you understand data that's put in front of you, that's come from a different method, one which you didn't collect. I think the most important thing that I hope you'll get out of this course is a framework for assessing different data collection methods depending on the project at hand. And if you can remember that framework and fill in the pros and the cons for each of the methods, then you'll be in a good place. And I do hope that you enjoy the course.